Imagine a world where the night was a wall of absolute darkness. No streetlights, no GPS, only the stars and the crashing sounds of waves against hidden rocks. For ancient sailors, the Egyptian coast was a death trap. But in the 3rd century BC, human ingenuity challenged nature itself. In an age of simple stone and fire, they built one of the most precise structures on Earth, which stood for over a millennium. This wasn't just a beacon, it was the world's first true skyscraper. It featured massive bronze mirrors, moving statues that seemed alive, and engineering secrets long forgotten. Today we're rediscovering the genius of the Lighthouse of Alexandria and exploring why it eventually vanished into the sea. After the death of Alexander the Great, his general, Ptolemy I, took control of Egypt. He wanted to turn Alexandria into the intellectual capital of the world. But there was a massive geographical problem. The coastline was incredibly flat and lacked any natural landmarks. Ships carrying gold, grain, and papyrus were constantly smashing into the reefs of the Nile Delta. Interesting fact, the project took 12 years to complete and cost over 800 talents of silver. In today's terms, that's between $300 million and $500 million, an astronomical investment in labor and resources for that time. Ptolemy II eventually finished it, dedicating it to the savior gods for the protection of all people at sea. Let's talk architecture. The Pharos was over 350 feet, 107 meters tall. To put that in context, it was roughly the size of a modern 40-story building. It was built in 3 distinct tiers, each serving a structural purpose. The square base, a massive block designed to absorb the brutal impact of Mediterranean waves. The octagonal middle. This was a stroke of genius. The 8-sided shape allowed wind to flow around the tower, rather than pushing against it, preventing the structure from vibrating or collapsing during storms. The cylindrical top. This housed the fire and the mysterious mirrors. Pro engineering. Tip: the builders used a revolutionary mortar. They mixed lead with lime powder to create a hydraulic concrete that actually grew stronger when exposed to salt water. This is why parts of the lighthouse are still intact at the bottom of the ocean 2,000 years later. How did they make the light travel 30 miles? They didn't just use a campfire. They used a massive furnace fueled by wood or dried animal dung, and most importantly, highly polished bronze mirrors. Mind-blowing. Fact, ancient legends claim these mirrors were so powerful they could be used as a weapon. Some historians wrote that the mirrors could focus sunlight into a concentrated beam to incinerate enemy ships before they reached the harbor. While modern physics suggests this is unlikely on such a massive scale, the fact that the rumor existed shows just how terrifyingly bright the lighthouse was. Another legend? That there were statues at the top that moved on their own, ancient automata that would indicate the direction of the wind or sound a trumpet when a ship approached the harbor. For 1,000 years, the Pharos stood tall. It survived the Romans, the rise of Islam, and countless wars. But Egypt sits on a major fault line. In 956 AD, a massive earthquake shook the foundation. It happened again in 1303, and once more in 1323. The lighthouse didn't just fall, it crumbled into the sea. By the time the famous traveler Ibn Battuta visited in 1349, he wrote that he couldn't even climb the ruins. Eventually, the stones were recycled. If you go to Alexandria today and visit the citadel of Kite Bay, look closely at the walls. Those massive granite blocks at the base are literal remains of the lighthouse. It's a 15th century fortress built from the bones of a 3rd century wonder. For centuries, the exact location of the ruins was a mystery until 1994. A group of French divers led by Jean-Yves Empereur explored the harbor and found a literal forest of statues in stone. They found 20-ton blocks of red granite, sphinxes, and a massive statue of a king that once stood at the entrance. The most incredible part, they found the original bronze fittings still holding some blocks together. This proves the lighthouse wasn't just a simple tower. It was a sprawling complex of art and engineering, the likes of which the world has never seen again. The Lighthouse of Alexandria wasn't just a light in the dark. It was a statement that humanity could conquer the impossible. Today we have satellites and GPS, but the spirit of the Pharos lives on in every skyscraper we build. If you could bring back one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, which one would it be? The statue of Zeus at Olympia or the Pharos? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the secrets of history. Catch you in the next one.